All right, day 20, Radville BMX, 30-day, 30-bike, old school BMX challenge. Today's lineup, Skyway Street Styler, 1986, I believe. This bike definitely got some question marks with it. This bike definitely was a rehab restoration project. This bike is not 100% complete in where it probably needs to be. And in fact, it's definitely not. We'll call out some obvious ones. But it is pretty cool in its present condition. And happy enough to share this with you today. So let's get into it. From the ground up, probably one of the best features of this build at the moment are these Tioga Comp Ramp tires. Ramp tread. We'll show some close-ups of it in the extra video. There you go. Down there you can see that logo. It's actually cut off at the bottom, but we'll show that in the extra edits. Okay, so inside the tires, and those are definitely old school tires. I'm not sure how much ramp ready they are. They're a little bit dry on the gum walls, but they're really nice. Complement the Skyways inside. These are repops, 2015 production, and the reason we got the repop one there, besides obvious reasons, but this frame here has been powdered. I think it's originally a green Street Styler. You may recall earlier in the series we had a green Street Beat, so I got this. This came to the shop in its battleship gray with these purple decals. When this bike came into the shop, it was a complete mess. In fact, spent quite a bit of time today prepping this a little bit more, so we're going to go through some of those changes, and we can show some extras in some of the short edits. So inside we have the 5-star mags with the Skyway pegs, axle extenders, so real happy about that. Got to have Skyway pegs on the Skyway, right? On Skyway mags, so those are nice. Both of those are these are the back stamped Skyway. The front are actually kind of lavender, and the paint's kind of coming off. Look just like Skyways to me, but didn't notice the a stamp on them. But there's so much paint and everything, it was kind of hard to tell. So, but definitely better than the goofy ones that were when it first came in. So we had to get rid of those. Moving to the midsection. This is probably the weakest area of the bike, but we got some nice Sugino 175 cranks on there, so those are nice. We got a disc that's more appropriate for 87. In fact, the 88 Skyway disc almost made it on here, but that was just too much of a leap forward. You know, here with the disc on the 87, did slap a sticker on there just to tone it down a little bit. Didn't want to overdo it, but next time you see this bike riding around the Radville BMX shop, it's definitely going to have some more stickers decked out on the compact disc just to kind of tone that down a little bit. But didn't want to overdo it here with too many shameless plugs on this video for today, right? Could have just been really a distraction. So VP 765 pedals, repop all day, every day. But you know, work close enough. Would rather see some more correct pedals on here. But that's what's on there for the moment. So I think the crankset, like I said, is probably the weakest link on this bike. Chain's pretty good. Chain's not horrible. I do think that's a newer chain, but it's okay. Moving up, we got the Odyssey seat post in silver. So again, got some silver features, some purple features, a little bit of few shades of purple. So I kind of tried to tone it down, but that was the best I could do on a couple of these features for today's video. So at the end of the day, we just had to make the call, and this one made it into the lineup. So here we are. Definitely not hating on it, but you know, just has some areas for improvement. The 4130 seat post laid back, and the Dominator seat. The Dominator seat definitely new and repop, and actually almost put a older one on there, but just the condition of the overall bike just stuck with it, right? The seat post is powdered. I don't think that's NOS, that seat post. I think it's been powdered, even though it probably claimed to be, but yeah, it just looks too nice and new. I could have taken it out of the bag, though. I just can't recall. That's been on there pretty much since the beginning, because playing off the purple on this one. since it first came to the shop. So moving on up, right? We got the Skyway and the Tioga Comps up front. And again, axle extenders and Tioga Comp brakes front and back. So both of those are period correct. 880 freestyle up front, 880s in the back. Need to get some new pads on there. It was actually tough matching that pad to the mags, so definitely going to need to change those out and get a little better color matches, either too dark or too light. So going to need to change that out before we mark those up too bad. But for now, pretty good. Just installed that front brake on there today, and I got to tell you that POTS mod that it's laced through, that thing was in bad shape, like a mess. Like, couldn't get the brake cable through the POTS mod. So that set me back a little bit on time because I had to just keep working to clear that out. I think it was just some rust buildup. You know, didn't really get too much out of there other than just a little bit of rust build up. So I just kind of kept working until I could see some light, and finally cleared it out and got the POTS mod through there. So happy about that. Went ahead and lowered the stem so it's, you know, nice and tight to the headset, so we don't have too much movement or play. But that is a Skyway decayed stem, so I think it's, you know, probably like your regular SR MS 422 stem, but it's got the decal and battleship gray on top with the battleship gray Skyway bars. I think those might be Pro Easy bars, definitely Easy bars. Really nice shape. Those were, I believe, powdered. And like I said, this bike came in really rough, so this was a project getting all these pieces together, including the forks that you see, and I probably forgot to mention those as we worked our way up. So it actually had a pair of forks that were definitely suspect and didn't seem to be correct for the bike. So I was able to find these forks, and I do think they're correct for this model. Definitely the right paint as well, so, you know, who knows, maybe you end up marrying something up. Kind of looking at it, seems maybe it's a little bit lighter than the actual frame, but not bad. So again, this bike is just kind of got a lot going on, but you know, it's a Skyway, there's no doubt about that. It's a fun ride, it's a nice bike, it's got some great components to it, so pretty happy about that. 128 levers on the front and rear. Would have probably gone with silver if I had a set that would have worked better. The purple was just a little bit too much Barney going on here, but they were a front and rear set, so they made it on. And did pull out a little contrast up top, but that's definitely a different shade. So we'll think about changing those out in the future. And then the AME grips in gray. I'm actually pleased about those. They were a little bit harder to find. Thinking they're newer, but you know, it was tough to find that color, at least at the time, right? Everything just being hard to find certain days and certain things that you're looking for. So gray wasn't the most common color, so I know I had to be patient on those, and found those and thought they worked pretty good with the battleship gray on the bars. So all in all, I'm going to give this bike a generous 7, probably a 6.5. I got a feeling I might get lit up in the comments on this one. So, you know, but I did do some reading and brushing up on the Skyways just to kind of make sure as best I could. I am definitely not a Skyway expert, frame and fork. You know, I'm a Skyway mags fan all day, every day, and I'm a big fan of the Skyway pegs as well. And always liked the Skyways back in the day. They had a great team, great freestyle team, always representing in the freestyle magazine and on the scene. So happy to have this here at Radville BMX. But like I said, we'll keep fine tuning it. But we did want to present it today and introduce it here to the 30-day, 30-bike Radville BMX Day 20 Challenge. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying these bikes. And if you are, go ahead and subscribe and keep tuning in, because we got some more cool stuff planned. In fact, every day is kind of trying to make sure we got the right lineup and the right bike to represent, call out the good, the bad, the ugly, and just representing the old school. So thanks so much. We appreciate it, and take care.